is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Freedom Fire podcast, where we want to stoke the flames of freedom every single day. My name is Kendall Bowman, and guys, on Saturday here in the great state of Texas, we had a little bit of psychosis going on. The post-millennial Dallas mall shooting suspect identified by police, Mauricio Martinez Garcia, 33, allegedly killed 8 people and left several injured in a mass shooting at Allen Premium Outlets in Texas on Saturday. The suspect in the mass shooting that occurred at Allen Premium Outlets in Texas on Saturday has been identified as 33-year-old Mauricio Martinez Garcia of Dallas, Texas, Fox News reports. Mauricio Martinez Garcia allegedly killed 8 people and injured several in a mass shooting at Allen Premium Outlets in Texas on Saturday afternoon. The ages and identities of the victims have not yet been released. A few of them have been released as of right now. I don't have the time to be able to share them with you right now. 4 of the injured victims are stable and 3 are in critical condition. 7 died at the scene and 1 later succumbed to injuries. Garcia was neutralized at the scene. Police Chief Brian Harvey said at a press conference Saturday night that an officer was nearby at 3:36 p.m. on an unrelated call when gunshots rang out at the shopping center. According to law enforcement, the officer engaged the suspect and neutralized the threat. Now, a lot of people were speculating about this person's ideology, as if the ideology of a mass murderer deserves to even be considered and blasted all over the internet. Of course, in my opinion, his ideology, his way of thinking, and him himself should just be removed from the history books, and he should never be talked about, never be mentioned again, because that's what someone like that deserves. But Garcia allegedly belonged to the Texas prison gang Tango Blast and lived with his parents, who requested a translator when authorities searched their Dallas residence early Sunday morning. Videos of the deceased gunman revealed a tattoo on his hand with the gang-affiliated symbol, and some on Twitter identified the gunman as Hispanic. So, we have a what appears to be a Hispanic man with a Tango Blast prison gang tattoo on his hand. Yes, that is the legitimate tattoo that many of these gang members use. As you can see, here's an explanation. The hand tattoo is the City of Dallas logo used by Tango Blast gang members in Dallas. It's a prison gang. In fact, serving prison time is a requirement to be a member. The dude was probably targeting someone in the crowd, or maybe he was high on drugs. According to the WFAA, a multi-agency task force conducted of the FBI and the Dallas Police Department searched the home of Mauricio Martinez Garcia, who lived with his parents at their Dallas residence early Sunday morning. WFAA reports that the alleged gunman's parents requested a translator. Neighbors told the outlet that suspected mass shooter had not been seen at the residence in the last few weeks. They said his gray Dodge Charger was always parked in front of the home. According to the outlet, neighbors described the alleged suspect as quiet but exhibited certain unusual behaviors. A Medical City healthcare spokesperson told Fox 4 Dallas that their facilities treated 8 victims between the ages of 5 and 61. This is a breaking story and will be updated. Guys, this is absolutely insane. This person deserved everything that he had coming to him for killing these 8 people. It's absolutely disgusting. And here's the thing. The left-wing media, of course, before the bodies were even cold, the bodies are still warm on the ground, and of course the left-wing media comes out and they blast, oh, he's a right-wing nut job. He may or may not had some kind of neo-Nazi white supremacist beliefs, because a Hispanic man could be a white supremacist. Totally. That makes, sure. That makes total sense. Good on you, left-wing media. Sure. Of course, it also makes a lot more sense that this guy was, of course, just a gang member who was committing gang violence. Like I said, probably targeting someone in the crowd. But I don't really care so much about who the guy was as much as how this happened. Let's check this out here. Weapons are prohibited at the Allen Premium Outlets. Imagine that. This is from Texas Gun Rights. And if you can see here, thank you for choosing a Simon Shopping Center as your destination for shopping. This is a website for the shopping center of where this shooting took place. And as you can see right there, there is a clear description or a clear message there saying no weapons. Yes, that's correct. The place where this shooting took, the shopping center where this shooting took place was once again a gun-free zone. For those of you who do not know, over 90% of mass shootings in this country take place in gun-free zones. The left is always screaming about, oh, we need to stop gun violence. We need to stop gun violence. Okay, ban gun-free zones. Ban gun-free zones. There was a fantastic idea that I saw, of course, from Texas Gun Rights. I'm not going to try to find it. It'll take too long. But, of course, they said that people who own businesses that are open to the public and choose to not allow their customers to carry in their space, in their public accommodation, the people should be able to sue the owner of that business if a shooting happens. If somebody comes in and starts killing people, the survivors should be able to sue that business owner into the ground because that business owner did not allow the customers. Mind you, he's got a business open to the public. This is a public space where this shooting took place. My opinion, these business owners, the owner of this shopping center, they should be allowed to be sued by the people for not allowing citizens to defend themselves with firearms. Because at the end of the day, once again, like I said, 90% of mass shootings happen in gun-free zones. So what you're saying is we could stop 90% of mass shootings if we just got rid of gun-free zones? Is that what you're saying? That's exactly what I'm saying, Kendall. As I sit here and talk to myself. Guys, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. It's very clear. It's right on the wall. It happened in the shooting in Nashville at that private school. It happened in the shooting at Michigan State, gun-free zone. Happened in Uvalde, gun-free zone. Every single one of these shootings, over 90% of all mass shootings in the United States, take place in gun-free zones. This is not working. 8 people lost their lives, all because not a single one of them was allowed to defend themselves against a psychopath with a gun. It didn't stop the psycho turning up with a gun. All it did was take away the defenses of the law-abiding citizens. All of the people that actually follow the rules and follow the laws, they are left defenseless in this situation. When you step into a gun-free zone, you as a law-abiding citizen are defenseless because you actually choose to follow the rules. But what happens when a psychotic murderer turns up with a gun who doesn't give a crap about your rules? 8 people die. Kids in Uvalde get shot. The kids in Nashville get murdered. The young adults at Michigan State murdered. All because you want to take away the rights of the law-abiding citizen to defend themselves against these freaks who wish to murder them. Absolutely insane. Guys, the gun-free zone, the gun law garbage is not working. It's not working. And of course the left will scream and rage and riot and everything, and they'll debate on, oh, we need to ban guns, we need to do this, we need to do that, and none of it will work. Look at New York. Look at Los Angeles. Look at Chicago. Look at all of these left-wing cities where they have very large amounts of gun violence. And then look at our state. Look at the state of Texas where this took place. Almost every single major urban center in the state of Texas, a lot of people don't know this, almost every single major urban center in the state of Texas is controlled by Democrats. Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, El Paso. I think the only major urban center that isn't controlled by Republicans is Fort Worth. They have a Republican mayor. They might have a Democrat city council, though. I don't know. But guys, every single one of these major urban centers where all of this gun violence is happening is controlled by Democrats. It's not controlled by Republicans. You know what I'm saying? It's not all this gun violence isn't happening out in the farms. You know what I'm saying? Out in the rural areas. It's happening in the Democrat-controlled cities where everywhere is essentially a gun-free zone. It's not working, guys. We need to be contacting our reps saying, hey, this whole gun-free zone bullcrap is not working, and these people, these business owners, should be allowed to be sued by the customers if a shooting happens because they took away the rights of the people to defend themselves. They did not allow their customers, even though their business is open to the public. They know that their business is open to the public. They know that people can come in and out whenever, as long as the business is open. And they know that someone could just easily open the door with a gun and just start shooting. They know that. Yet they still take away the rights of the people to defend themselves against murderers. These people should be allowed to be sued, or gun-free zones should just be banned outright. Absolutely. People need to be allowed to carry to defend themselves at all times against these murderers. It's not working, guys. We need to be contacting our reps saying, hey, get this done or you'll get primaried. All right. I will have another story coming for you guys in just a second. But before I get into that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section and share this show with your friends. All right, guys, we got some updates on what happened with the whole New York City situation where a young man was having a bit of a manic episode on a subway train. This young gentleman, Jordan Neely. As you guys know, in my last episode, I talked about this situation where Black Lives Matter is essentially preparing to burn the city to the ground, and they are currently actually trying to do so as we speak. But this video was just released recently, and I want to share it with you. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. So, as you can see, all right, so he gets off of him. This is the man who had just choked Jordan Neely. And you can see what he tries to do. You can see what he's tried to do. So they're going to try to push him over into a recovery position. Now, if you remember, back during the George Floyd episode that happened, the psychosis that happened from that, a lot of the outrage was that the officer did not put George Floyd in the recovery position after he had gone unconscious. So, you have this situation, though, where Jordan Neely has gone unconscious, and they have now placed him in the recovery position. And you can hear in the video that there are people who were, not cheering for these guys, but they were saying thank you for these to these men for restraining this guy who was threatening violence against others, who was pushing others before they even got on the train, who was acting crazy, who was saying that he was ready to die, and once again was threatening violence against other people in an enclosed car, in an enclosed train car. Guys, these guys had every right to restrain this man. Every right. Of course, we don't want this guy to die. No one wants this, you know what I'm saying? No one would want this guy to die. But at the same time, they had every right to restrain him because he was threatening violence against other people. And in the city of New York, that is a felony. It is a felony crime to threaten violence against others. Actually, I don't know if it's a felony. I know it is a crime. But I'm not sure if it is a felony. I would have to check on that. So don't quote me on that, okay? But yeah, it's a crime in the state of New York to threaten violence. And of course, this guy was having a manic episode, but at the same time, all of the left-wing media was saying, "Oh, these Republicans, they don't want to fix they don't want to fix the healthcare issue. They don't want to fix the mental health crisis. They don't want to fix any of the..." Guys, this is Democrat New York. Democrat New York. New York City, guys. This happened on a New York City subway. And last time I checked, the entire state of New York basically had a Democrat supermajority. Okay? This is on you guys. This is on the Democrats, because y'all are screaming about how Republicans don't want to fix the mental health crisis. This is a Democrat-run state. You could do pretty much anything you want in your own state. You guys could fix this, but no, you just want to keep screaming about Republicans. And of course, you've got the riots going on. Fighting with cops. Shutting down the trains. Stopping the trains from being able to run. You got more fighting with cops. Stopping the trains from being able to run, stopping being able to get to work. I believe it was in another video. It might be in this video. But in another video, there was a young man that was actually on this train right here, a young black man, who was just trying to get to work. He's just trying to get out of the train so that he can get to work. And they refused to let him through. I want you to understand, that black man probably just lost his job because of these idiots. Look at this. These white people right here kept a black man from getting to his job, which probably resulted in him losing his job. Oh, but Black Lives Matter, right? As if these people actually care about black lives. They don't. And the reason why we know that these people don't care, they don't actually care about black people, because one, the Black Lives Matter organization stole billions of dollars from the black community and used it to buy mansions in white neighborhoods, by the way. And we all know that whenever there's a shooting in Chicago or New York or Los Angeles that kills, a black 5-year-old child, well, there's no riots then. There's no riots when the 5-year-old black kid gets shot in Chicago. But, a guy gets restrained on a subway because he's threatening violence against other people, being erratic, pushing others before they even got on the train, committing assault. Guys, this is out of hand. Like I said in my last video, I'm going to tell it to you like this, okay? You've got to get out of these cities. You have to. It's no longer tenable. It's no longer working. You look at what's happening with the shootings. You look at what's happening with the mass shootings. You look at the fact that these Democrats are always going to keep fighting for you to no longer be able to defend yourself against criminals just like this. There's been speculation about this guy might be connected to the cartels. Like I said, I don't know that. I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me on that. There's just speculation on that right now. But if so, this guy probably came across the border illegally with these guns. With these guns. Okay? There's nothing that can stop that. There is no law that can stop that from happening. At the end of the day, all laws, any law that we want to be enforced must be backed up by force. It must be, or else it will not be followed. The reason why, what's a good example? What's a good example? Let's take this for example. The reason why most citizens, when they see a gun-free zone sign, the reason why most citizens will just turn right back around and go put their gun back in their car and then come back and go into this. The reason why most people do that is because they're law-abiding citizens. Is because they know, like, oh, if somebody sees me with my gun in this building, then I could get the police called on me. I could get a ticket. I could even get arrested for that. So that's why there's force backed up by that. And most law-abiding citizens are willing to follow that because they know that there is a situation of force that could follow. But of course, you're always gonna have some kind of freaking psycho that turns up with a gun who does not care about the force. He doesn't care. None of these people care. We need to make our schools harder targets. We need to make public spaces harder targets by allowing people to carry in all public spaces, or else the business owner can be sued. Guys, it's not working. All of this is not working. You need to get out of the cities. You need to be moving out to the country. I don't care what your situation is. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I don't. I've talked about this in multiple videos on my channel. You've got to get out of these cities. The Democrats are ripping these cities apart by just, they'll arrest a criminal, he'll get off on his charges, and he'll be right back out like the next day. Okay, and these are violent crimes that these criminals are committing, that these Soros DAs are just letting go. Okay, this is not working. If you want to be safe, if you want your family to have a safe life to live, get out of the cities. It's not working, guys. None of this is working. You must do right by you. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to help your family. You have to do what is right by you. You need to get out of the cities. You need to homeschool your kids. And look, I don't care anymore. What's your situation? Oh, I don't have the money to just up and move. Tim Pool says something that is very true and fantastic. And I love this. He says, when your house is burning down, you don't just sit there and in the fire. You don't just sit there. You get out of the house. Now, if there's a house fire that's 3 houses down, well, it's like, oh, well, what am I going to leave for? It's 3 houses down. It's not near me. But what happens when your house is on fire? Of course, you just get out and you just stand there in the middle of the street. We're like, well, I don't know what I do now. Why are you waiting until your house is on fire before you get out? Why are you waiting before something crazy like this shooting happens to you before you get out? Why are you waiting for one of your family members to get shot by a criminal that's just going to get released by a Soros DA before you finally get out? Guys, you must do what is right by you. You must do what is right by your family. You've got to get out of these cities. It's no longer working. It's no longer about, oh, I have to make a certain amount of money. You don't. You don't. You can make it work. You can make it work. Downsize your house. Get rid of that sports car you don't need. Get rid of that motorcycle you don't need. Move out to the country. Get some goats. Get some chickens. Learn how to be self-sustaining. And do what is right by you and your family. Because, guys, this is not working, man. Gun-free zone. Didn't matter in the end. Gun control law. Didn't matter in the end. Guys, it's not working, man. Look at all this rioting, all of this destruction, all these people, all these angry people. You could be out in the middle of a forest doing whatever, chopping wood, growing plants, raising your chickens and your goats away from all of this psychosis. But no, you choose to live in a place that is burning to the ground. Couldn't be me. Could not be me. All right, guys, that's going to be the show for today. I will have another show coming for you guys on Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section, and share the show with your friends. Follow me on all the socials down in the description. Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. And follow me on Rumble so that we can fight back against the censorship that is happening on YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.